From an early age, I was constantly being taught and molded by the Word, through nightly devotions with my dad and morning devotions with my mom, and general church attendance. I remember one such devotion time with my dad and mom. My dad was talking to my brother and me about hell and the fact that if you walk with Jesus, you don't have to suffer that. And I was intrigued, so I talked it over with my mom, and she prayed me into the kingdom, and everything was fine and dandy. Well, not really, but around that same time, I went through one of the worst experiences in my life. I had a near fatal asthma attack when I was around like 4 years old, and I don't remember much of it, but it's been very influential in my life. Just the thought that I almost died at a very young age has given me a new outlook on the preciousness of life. And as I went on from that point in life, I began to struggle with a bad temper, and I reached many lows in my life due to this temper for time, ranging from when I was about 6 or 7 through 8th grade. And by the grace of God, I've come out of the struggle, and though I sometimes still struggle with it, God has me under control. I thank Him for that. And backing up a little bit, in the summer when I was entering my 7th grade year, I was baptized and recommitted my life to Christ. In the summer before my 8th grade year, I went on a missions trip with my church to do local missions work. And that summer was really profitable because I never really had to defend my faith in such a great way before. I grew a lot that summer and returned to the same missions trip the next summer. While I was there, there was a guy who volunteered at my church who played guitar and was giving free lessons. So I asked my mom to bring down my guitar from home, and I began lessons with him. By the end of that week, I could play my first worship song, which for me was pretty huge because that's what I wanted to do. Over the next couple of weeks, months, and even years, I worked on honing my talent of guitar playing, but even then I did not know the impact that it would have on my life. I was continuing lessons with the same guy who taught me during the missions trip, and I soon began helping him teach his free lessons. There's now a large ministry at my church, the lessons that he teaches, and a big privilege to be able to minister to the lives of future worship leaders. Aside from that, I've helped out with leading worship on and off at my church for a few years now. So you're probably wondering when Harvey Cedars came into my life. Actually, it's been a part of my family for a very long time. My dad was on staff with John in the 70s and is now on the board of directors. And my older brother, Zach, worked 2 full summers on staff a few years ago, and we've been coming to the conference since before I can remember. And every time I was here, I could sense that it was a unique environment where relationships with God and others can grow and thrive. In my freshman year of high school, I sensed a calling from God to work here for the summer of 2011. I sent in my application and waited expectantly for a few months for a response. I literally checked the mailbox every day for about 2 months and set up rules with my mom on who would be the first to open it. When I received my acceptance letter, I was overjoyed and began preparing myself for what the summer would bring. When I showed up on my arrival date, my first summer, I got the rush I always get when I come to the conference grounds. But this was different. The excitement was mixed with fear and almost instant homesickness. But when I started meeting Doug and the staffers, I knew by the kind hearts and their love for the Lord that this is where I was meant to be. That summer was the best summer of my life, and every summer after that has been even better. I am in my 3rd summer right now, and it has honestly been the best experience of my life. Something that's different about this summer is that due to most of the previous leadership on the staff leaving early, I've gotten to be a part of leadership here, and it's challenged me, stretched me, and has been very exhausting, but the growth it provides to me and the glory God gets through it totally outshines the toll that it takes on me. It's a real privilege to do that. This place has been the greatest place I've been in my life, honestly, besides being with my family, but I've been able to use my gift of music to lead worship with the staff and the guests, and I've grown in my walk with Christ in ways that I could never imagine. I've gained lifelong friends and mentors, and have been able to see God work in amazing ways every summer I've been here. Harvey Cedars Bible Conference is truly a place where Christ finds people and changes lives, and I can never ask for a better ministry to be a part of.